Sometimes holding on hurts more than letting go. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family. Sometimes holding on hurts more than letting go. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, you got to do what you got to do. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you got to do what you got to do. Now, I understand when you spent 15 years on a job, right? 10 years on a job. You looking forward to your pension, right? You looking forward to your 401k. You looking forward to your benefits. And if that thing is just not working, sometimes you find yourself being hurt, miserable, but you just won't let it go. And you can't fathom being without it. The same thing with a relationship, a marriage. You know, a person you've had kids with, you've built things with, you've had time with, you spent a lot of time with, actually. Understand something. It's going to be difficult to fathom your life without that particular person because of the bond, the attachment, the energy, the time, the money that have been spent with this particular individual. But guess what? If you still feel like more harm is being done, then maybe, just maybe, you got to let it go. That career, that job you've been working at, that talent, that gift, the social media platform, the business that you've been building, if it is causing you to lose more money than you gain, if it is causing you to, lose more sleep, lose period overall, if it is not serving you, chances are it's probably time to pivot. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, it's okay to pivot. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, it's okay to pivot. See, one thing I realize about human beings, I'm not going to say all human beings, but a lot of us cannot take defeat. And see, it's okay to not take defeat. However, I want you to understand that it is okay to try a different lane, try a different way. Meaning, just because the marriage didn't work, it doesn't mean that you should not get married again. Just because the business didn't work, it doesn't mean that you can't start another one. There's this famous quote when it says, a man is not defeated until he quits, right? A man is not defeated until he quits. So what I'm saying is, y'all, is that don't quit overall, right? Just because you quit that situation, it doesn't make you a quitter. Just because you switch routes does not mean that you are a quitter. If you started off doing secular music and you say, you know what, I want to do Christian rap, or I want to do gospel, or I want to do a different genre, it doesn't mean that you are a quitter. You decided to go to what serves you best. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. But we're going to go ahead and get directly into this, because this is a topic that a lot of people are scared to touch on, because it's just so touchy. You know, it be things that you've been connected to for years, things that you've built a bond with, things that you have put your energy into, things that you have invested into, right? Investment is powerful. Drop that down below in the comments. Investment is powerful. Investment allows you to stay longer than you need to. Investment allows you to take things that are disrespectful. Investment allows you to be delusional. Investment allows you to not see your worth. Investment is something serious, right? But with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get directly into it. As y'all can see, we're out here in the morning with it. It's been a little minute, y'all. I've been kind of lackadaisical. I'm kind of critical on myself, but maybe I'm not lackadaisical. Maybe I'm just getting comfortable with what I do, and I can kind of do what I do fast and faster than I used to, right? But here we are, y'all, out here in the morning. Waterfalls are out. Let's see where we at with it, y'all. Here it is right here. Waterfalls are out, y'all. Nobody's really out right now. Everybody at work, including myself. Outside of that, family, it's a great day in the neighborhood. It's looking nice out here. And it's very peaceful. It's very peaceful, right? But with that being said, y'all, I'm sending nothing but love, peace, and prosperity to y'all, because y'all are the family. And I hope y'all are having a delightful day, because your boy is having a marvelous one. All right? And excuse me, y'all, if I'm a little nasally, okay? Like I'm talking through my nose. But typically, when the weather change, I tend to, get sick. Not like sick as a dog, but it's, it's like that transitioning sick. Like the weather letting me know, all right, man, hey, it done changed up a little bit. And that's how I know that the weather be changing. So y'all just bear with me on that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get directly into it. Had to give y'all the long intro, but here we are. So leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. The reason why holding on hurts more than letting go is because, number one, you hold yourself back. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you begin to hold yourself back from opportunities. You begin to hold yourself back from the right people or the right person who deserves to be in your life. You begin to hold yourself back from your blessings. You begin to hold yourself back from new doors that are awaiting for you. New doors that are supposed to open for you. You hold yourself back. But Reno, I thought that it would hurt me physically. See, sometimes, y'all, you can hurt yourself financially. You can hurt yourself emotionally in the long run. You can hurt yourself mentally. You can hurt yourself by not receiving the opportunities at the destined time it was supposed to be given and granted to you. Does that make sense, y'all? See, a great example of this would be the man or woman who's dealing with someone who's married, right? You're dealing with a person who's married. Well, you're going to hold on to something that was never really designed and destined for you, right? This is when you begin to see people being disobedient because of their heart. This is when you begin to see people being disobedient because I like this person. Oh, he looks so good. Oh, she looks so fine. Oh, he got this. Oh, she can do this for me, right? But you're holding on to something that's not yours. And what happens is you are wondering why I haven't truly had a husband or wife of my own, but it is because you're laying around and sleeping around with somebody else's. Now, there's a million other examples I could have used, but this operates for every single thing or every single example I could have used. The point that I am making, y'all, is this right here. You can be holding yourself back, and that in itself is going to hurt worse than holding on to a person, place, thing, job. You holding on to something because you like it so much. You holding on to something because you can't fathom life without it. But sometimes you have to move on. Stop holding on to things that's not yours. You know, y'all, if you're anything like myself, I'm the type of person who don't like to give up, right? I will admit it. I do not like to give up. That's with relationships. That's with a social media platform. That is with friendships. That is with anything that I do, y'all. I do not like giving up. I'm loyal to a fault. I can be loyal to a fault. I can love to a fault. I can be around people to a fault. I'm not the type of person you could take advantage of, but I got a real good heart. I got a real big heart. I'm not saying this to get a congratulations or a, what you call it, y'all? A round of applause. But I'm just saying, a lot of times when you have a big heart, it's hard for you to say, you know what, maybe this right here is not going to work. Maybe this person is not for me. Maybe I need to, explore other options. Maybe I need to give it up, right? And maybe that has a lot to do with me playing football. But without, speaking about myself more, I'm just saying that is still a form of holding yourself back. You can be holding yourself back because you don't want to give up. You can be holding yourself back because you don't know when enough is enough. That's why I love that Usher song called Climax. When he was hitting them notes, y'all, and in so many words, he was saying, we've reached the climax, but we both don't want to give up. We keep getting in arguments. We can't see eye to eye. It's getting toxic. It's becoming domestically violent. It's becoming toxic, draining. We've both reached the climax, but we're doing more damage to one another and to ourselves because we don't want to let go. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 2, it's going to be this right here, y'all. You're doing more damage, okay? You are doing more damage. Y'all, I had a car. It was a Volkswagen Jetta. And matter of fact, I had 2 cars like this, but I'll speak about my Volkswagen Jetta because it's more recent. But My Volkswagen Jetta, it had problems with the radiator, problems with the tires, problems with the engine. And the funny thing is, y'all, it's all my fault, by the way. Not because I can't drive, not because I ran it down to the ground. It was because I was Ubering. So I guess I kind of ran it down to the ground, but not intentionally. You know, I had never been in a major wreck or nothing like that. I was a good driver, but I was running my car down to the ground. However, y'all, I started noticing that I was having problems with my car. And so when you still decide to drive a car that's not up to par and you don't have the money to fix it, you don't have the money to invest into it, you begin to do more damage to that car, right? Somebody had a friend like that, I know. Somebody had a family member like that. Maybe it was your mama car, your auntie car. Don't act like I'm the only one. But somebody had that experience where it almost seemed like it's better not driving than it is driving, because you're doing more damage to the car. When you beat your kids, you do more damage to them than actually teaching them. I'm just being honest. I'm not, with the new generational thing to where, no, you should not discipline your kids, spare the rod, basically let them have their way. I'm not on that. But what I am on is, you gotta not spare the rod or you're gonna spare the child. And also too, you gotta understand that this is what a child needs. They are a child. They need direction. They need guidance, right? So you do more damage by beating them and not actually teaching them than you do just actually trying to let them learn and preach to them and show them the right way. Give them incentives and things like that. You do more damage by beating them than you do teaching them. Reno, what are you saying right now? That's the same thing with your situation. Whatever it is that you're holding on to is doing more damage to you. And it'd be better if you let it go. You ever seen a rope? Somebody is grabbing a rope and that rope is tough. They don't want to let it go. Playing tug of war. They don't want to let it go. And the more they hang on to that rope, the more they rip them hands up. Hands start bleeding. Don't want to let it go though, because you want to win. Yeah, you want to win, but you don't let it go. It's causing more harm. It's doing more damage. And that's the same thing with this. Number 3, y'all, you may be holding them back. Yeah, you may be holding them back. Now, this right here is a tough one, right? But we'll get right into it. The reason why I say you may be holding them back is because sometimes you have to be the strong one. Sometimes you have to be the one to say, you know what, enough is enough. Sometimes you got to be the one to say, you ain't truly happy with me. You're not really happy to be here. You're here out of comfortability. You're here because it's easy. You're here because, it benefits you. You're here because it is easy to be here. You become comfortable. And a lot of people become comfortable and stay in the situation that makes them unhappy. They stay in a situation that they're not thriving in. They stay there. It's not just a relationship. It can be a job. Yeah, they stand at their job because they know their job gonna pay them $500 every week. They know their job gonna pay them $450 every week. They know their job gonna pay them $1,000 every week. But they're miserable. You follow what I'm saying, y'all? They are holding another person or their job or holding somebody else back from receiving the thing that they don't want. If you don't want something, let somebody else get it, right? Or even a person have to be the one to tell them, hey, this ain't what you really want. So instead of allowing you to be in this situation, I'm going to just remove myself from it. I'm going to do the thinking for us. It's not to say I know what's best, but in this case scenario, I kind of know what's best. The point is, y'all, is that when a person is holding on to something, but they really want to let go, if you see this, you're actually holding them back. You got to let them go be happy. You got to let them find what it is that they want. You got to let them go get the job they want. Yeah, you got to let them go get the type of food they want, whatever it is. You just may be in their way. Because it's not to say you've done something wrong. That's where we get things wrong and misconstrued at. Oh, so since they can't be with me, there's something wrong with me? No, it ain't nothing wrong with you. I said this in the video before. Sometimes it's about a person being better for rather than better than, right? Sometimes it's about a person being better for than better than. Better for just means you fit me more. You fit me better. Better than means they better than you as an entire individual. No, not even possible. Not even possible. Because it's pros and cons in every situation. It is strengths and weaknesses in every situation. It's, polar opposite for every situation. It's not even possible. But it's possible for something or someone or someplace to be better for you than the person that you're currently with or the job you're currently at, the thing you currently have. Make sense what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 4 is going to be this right here, y'all. Unhappiness breeds misery. Unhappiness breeds misery. Yeah, y'all. If we're going to talk, we got to talk for real. Unhappiness breeds misery. Think about a person who work on a job and they're unhappy. Well, at first it starts with, man, I don't want to go to work. Man, I'm just, I'm dreading. Man, I can't stand the manager. And it becomes a negative cycle to where it gets to the point that they're now misery. They're now misery. Miserable people want to be around other miserable people. Unhappiness can be changed. Misery almost becomes a state of mind. It's almost like being broke and in poverty. Broke is a circumstance, but being in poverty is a state of mind. Yeah, when you in poverty, can't nothing change it because you in poverty in your mentality. But when you're broke, that's just a little situation. Hey, another $10,000 assignment, another $2,000 gig, another $500 paycheck. Guess what? Now you're not broke. But when you got that poverty mindset, can't nobody change that. And that's the same thing with unhappiness and misery. When you are unhappy, that's like a little situation. When you're miserable, that became your state of mind. Number 5, y'all, the last thing gonna be this right here. It wastes unnecessary time, okay? It wastes unnecessary time. Y'all, I would be the first to tell you, time is the greatest commodity. We can't waste our time with people who we don't love, with people who don't love us, with a job that don't value us. We can't waste it with individuals who don't care about us. We can't waste it in environments that does not serve us, environments that only tolerate us, people who only tolerate us. No, you can't. It wastes unnecessary time. I was watching a video, and it was this woman who said she was with her husband for 15 years. 15 years, right? And she said out of nowhere, it's like God came to her and said that he's not my husband. Now, y'all know what I'm going to say about this. I call complete cap. You already knew. It didn't take you 15 years. You just grew the balls. You just grew the confidence. You just grew the energy to say, I can finally walk away. After you've had kids, I promise you, after you've had a car, you gained a house, after you've gained all these different things. And I'm not just singling the women out because it's the same thing going fellas in. Y'all ever seen Mary J. Blige's case? Mary J. Blige's case? Yeah, y'all, it happens on both ends of the spectrum. But I'm just speaking specifically about this situation. She said that she realized after 15 years that God told her that that wasn't her husband. Man, you must be crazy. Let me know. And that's why I say you can be holding them back. Because here's the thing, y'all. You got to be the strong one. You got to be the powerful one. You got to be the sightseer. You have to be the one who can see in the future. The one who can sense things. Don't just be blind because a person is telling you, I love you, I care about you. Oh, we want you on our job. We need you. How are their actions acting and responding to you? What are their actions saying? Are their actions saying they need you? Or only their words? Are their actions saying that we appreciate you and celebrate you? Or only their words? What are they actions saying? Somebody drop in the comments and say actions mean everything. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. 15 years. That's unnecessary time. We could have saved time on having kids. We could have saved time on having a car. We could have saved time on all the nights we did certain things, went on trips. Could have saved time. So that's why I say, y'all, holding on hurts more than letting go. And that's a fact. Not many people want to admit it, but I'll be the first to tell you. With that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and conclude this video. Understand this right here, y'all. Make sure you go over to the Rich Mentality Academy. Join the membership. Go meet your tribe. Be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt. Go ahead and get you a Yes Sir hoodie. And be sure to book you a one-on-one session with your boy. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.